going back to that the part where you're talking about guys getting hit and they deal with and different people just have different reactions. When it's that kind of blow, like a bullet happens so fast, I don't think your nerves really register.
No, but it just depends on where you hit, because the bullet could go through your arm and you don't notice it, or go through your arm and hit your bone or the nerve,
or like graze the bone.
Yeah, it could hit the bone. It could shatter the bone.
Yeah,
you know, I saw guys that got hit in the bone, and it's devastating. Yeah, and you see guys that got through and throughs, and they're fine. Yeah, they're literally fine. Yeah, and so that's, you know, war is a there's a huge element of chance in it. Yeah, man. And you know, I actually there's an internet question that I got asked, and I don't think we brought it up, but you know, it's basically somebody saying, how do you deal with the randomness of war?
Like, you could just randomly
how do you deal with the randomness of war? And for me, it's the way I dealt with the randomness of war is the really simple thought of, I'm going to control what I can control. Yeah. And if I can't control it, I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah. You can't worry about the random sniper shot. I mean, you can do everything you can to mitigate it. You know, when you're out there in the field, you know, you keep moving, you stay behind cover as much as you can. You don't come up in the same spot over and over again. You do the things to mitigate the risk. But you can't just be dwelling on it. Right. Because you can't control it. Yeah. The same thing with getting hit with a random IED or a random, indirect fire from a mortar. You cannot mitigate all that risk. So what do? You do everything you can to mitigate it. And then, you know, you worry about the things you can control. And I used to tell that to MMA fighters too. And I've told that story before. You know, listen, guys are getting worried they're going to get knocked out or they're going to get caught in a submission. Yeah. It's like, hey, you've done everything you can to mitigate that. You've trained, you've conditioned yourself, you've sparred, you've done mitts, you've done everything that you can do. If that happens, you can't control it. Yeah. If it happens, you can't control it. So don't even worry about it. Yeah, worry about the things you can control. The pace of the fight, putting the fight where you want it to be, winning the rounds, being a tactician. Worry about those things. Don't worry about getting knocked out. You know what? Keep your hands up. Keep your head movement. Keep the distancing correct. Those are the things that are going to keep you from getting knocked out. But you can't mitigate all that risk. You're in a fist fight. Yeah. And in a fist fight, sometimes people get knocked out. And in a war, sometimes people get wounded and sometimes people get killed. Yeah. And you cannot mitigate that risk away. It's a war. And you got to deal with it.